So, hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you guys know, I did a video yesterday, just going through, I am back on my channel. I am going to be posting some more content. I'm not sure how regularly. I'm in the process of potentially moving and, a lot of other things, like I said, that I wasn't going to go into too much detail on. And I said my next video would be going through all of this, right? So, we are now going to go through my darts collection, everything I have with darts wise, except with the exception of my darts shirt, because it's not the greatest. It didn't come as I asked, and it was completely the wrong material. So I'm not even going to bother showing that. I don't think it's good enough. But okay, so we'll start with these darts over here. These darts are your average, sort of darts that you find in the pub. They're quite light. I couldn't tell you what make they are. I don't know. But they're in quite good condition, considering they were used at a pub before I was given them, as they were throwing them away, as they got new pairs many years ago. Yeah, they're not bad darts. I'd say, hazard a guess, they're probably about 23 grams, maybe 24, possibly even less than that. But they've got good sharp points. They land on the ball quite well. I do enjoy throwing them every now and then, but like I say, I don't really use them. So that was my first pair there. Second pair, again, these were a pair of darts that were given to me here, again, that same pub that were throwing them out and replacing. Again, in really quite good condition, as you can see, the barrels, good sharp points on there. Again, I couldn't tell you what the make is, but yeah, good darts, in good condition. The only thing is they're where you put the stem in is slightly bigger, so you can't use your average size stem. But they are really good darts. They fly well into the board. Practiced with them earlier just a little bit, but yeah, they are my second pair of darts that I've got here. The darts that I've gone through so far, I will eventually show you the first pair of darts I ever had. And then the first pair of darts that my family ever had that came with our first dartboard. So I'll put them back on there as part of the collection. Okay, so here we are. Here's another pair of darts. I believe these are Winmau. Again, fairly decent size. Still quite good condition, sharp points. But they do have a rubbery substance over the top. They fly alright, but they can be, as you can imagine with the rubber, I don't think they've got as good a grip, but they're not bad darts. A little bit unusual, not bad for what I paid. I think they were like £5 a couple of years ago. They were just sort of more of a practice pair, really. Yeah, that's another pair of darts that I have. Then we are going to move over to these. Now, you may be saying, where's the points on these? Okay, so you got the I can't remember which, right? Yeah, there you go. We got this side, which is where the points screw in, because they can be soft tip or steel tip darts. This is where the stem would go in. Yeah, they're quite good darts. I believe they're 22 grams, so decent. Usually the sort of weight that I use. They're in a good condition still. Yeah, I play with these. These were one of my pairs of darts at one point. I couldn't tell you what order, but yeah, they were a good pair of darts, and still play with them occasionally. I'll show you the different tips for them, and the other pair that I'm about to show you next in a minute. But yeah, good pair of darts there. A pair of darts that I really enjoy. Now these are the unusual ones. These are the soft tip darts that came with the soft tip board I once had. No longer own it. On this side, I think it is. This is the side that the tips screw in. So the tips would screw in here, and then on the top here, you've got where the stems go in. And as you can see, they're quite a small barrel. The tip's quite long. Apart from the steel tip, the steel tip's quite long, but the soft tip's quite small. Yeah, they're quite. They're not bad darts, but I'm not sure I would particularly like using them unless you prefer a smaller barrel. I couldn't tell you what make they were, but they came with a soft tip dart board that I once had. It was only a cheapy one, but yeah, you can see they've rusted away from obviously the times that me and my brother, when we were younger, used to play the soft tip darts. But yeah, that's another pair of darts I have. Coming up next is one of my favourite pairs of darts. These are Gary Andersons. Can't tell you, but these were for a long time my regular pair of darts. They are Gary Anderson, 24 gram, I believe. Might even be 25. There you can see that's where our stems would screw in. Quite nice points, as you can see by the fact I've used them quite a lot, quite battered. Unlike some of the other pair of darts that I have. But still a good pair of darts. I still throw with them occasionally. But yeah, those are my Gary Anderson darts, and yeah, they've done me quite well. I quite like them. Yeah, they're one of the pairs that I really enjoy throwing with every now and then. But yeah, at the minute they're sat with the others that I don't use in my container. But it's yeah, they're quite enjoyable, so that's really good. Obviously, as you can see, they do have wear and tear on, which is normal when you use a pair quite regularly. Let's move on to our next pair. Where am I going to go? I think I'm going to go to these. Now, these are... I think these are Unicorn, these ones. Yeah, I think they are. They're Unicorn. I believe these are the first pair of darts that I owned individually. They are 24 or 25 gram, I can't remember off the top of my head, and obviously many years ago, don't have the box, but as you can see, the usage out of them, like tips, are obviously quite damaged now, quite bad, been used quite a lot. As you can see, they're not in the best of conditions. I do need to clean them up when I get a chance. There's where your stem goes in. But yeah, overall, good pair of darts, served me quite well. I believe these were the darts. No, they weren't. These were the pair of darts that I was throwing with from about 12 till 14 or 15, I think, and then I decided I was going to move on. So they are there. Next is one of my more recent pair of darts. These are Rob Cross darts. I can't remember what make Rob Cross's darts were at the time, but these are Rob Cross darts. Through with these for quite a while. As you can see, they've been used quite a bit by the stems. Would go up here. The tip has been used quite a lot, as you can see. A little bit of damage on there, but they are good darts. I still throw with them occasionally. I can't remember exactly the weight. Again, I think they're around the average weight that I normally have, which is around about 23 or 24 gram. Anything between 22 and 24 is normally what I use. So I think these are 23, 24. They're good darts. They've served me quite well, and yeah, that's another one in my collection. But again, I think they need a little bit of a clear up. I've gone a bit rusty, but that's just through regular use. My next pair is my second pair of darts that I ever owned. These are Windmount. These are ones that I used when I was competing at pub level, when I was about 15, 16, when I played a couple of games regionally. This is them. As you can see, they were used a lot. They're in quite bad condition, to be honest. As you can see, quite a bit of damage here. The tip has been used quite a lot. Still quite sharp because I've sharpened them recently. I'll be honest, I very rarely use these days, but I do get sentimental over them, as the darts that I used probably the most, as you can see. And yeah, I really enjoyed these darts. Good quality from Winmau. These are 23 grams, I believe. Yeah, they are 23 grams. Darts that I really enjoy using, and I can't wait to throw with them again. Every now and then, as I do with all my darts. But yeah, as you can see, they're probably the most battered of them all, and I do need to, when I get a chance, potentially when I move into my new flat, give them a good give them a good clean up. Next is the darts that I last used when I played pub level. These are Dave Chisnall darts. As you can see, the stems go at the top there. The points are in fairly good condition. But again, as you can see, there's a lot of wear and tear on these. These are the last pair that when I ever played more competitively, like I say, at pub level. But they were good to me. Won a couple of games with them. Replaced my other previous darts, and yeah, no, I'm quite happy with these. They're still in good condition. Still throw with them occasionally. A bit like the other pair of darts like I've mentioned, I've got Rob Cross darts. These are Dave Chisnall. I use Gary Anderson. So they're the third and I think the last of the darts that I've used that are players darts. Here we go. These are just bog standard. I think they're brass darts. I just a couple of years ago, I fancied the change. They're a lighter dart. They're 18 or 19 grams, and they were a pair that I used for a while. They got slightly sharper points than some of the other darts I've used. And it was just interesting to see how brass darts throw. They throw alright. I still use them occasionally, but and they go in the ball quite well. They sink in. They very rarely bounce out, so they're very, very good darts, as you can see. This is where your stems will go. Yeah, I'm still quite fond of those ones. These ones are, I believe, just I can't even remember. These are Red Dragon darts. I can't remember. I think they're just bog standard Red Dragons. These are 25 or 26 grams. They're quite heavy, but as you can see here, this is why your stems will go in. Got tips on them. They're quite sharp. Again, I think this is the only pair, maybe, of Red Dragon darts I own. Yeah, I think they're the only pair of Red Dragon darts I own. I have always generally really gone with Winmau, or like I say, there are Gary Anderson ones, a Unicorn. So, and some of the darts I do own are Unicorn, so I think there is that. But I've generally gone for Unicorn or Winmau. These are Red Dragon. They throw alright, but like I say, they are quite a bit heavier. Then we move on to these. These are darts that I believe, I can't actually remember. These are darts, I can't remember where I got these. I think these were just cheapy darts. Oh, drop one. I like that was part of the plan, part of the video. Yeah, these are just these are cheapy darts. Like they're points, a bit like some of the others I showed you on. These aren't darts that I got from a pub. These are actually darts I bought. But again, I think these were about £3, and they're about 16 grams. I think they're quite light. They might actually no. I think they're a bit more than that. I think they're about 18, 19. These ones, but not a bad pair of darts. I still throw them occasionally. Tips in good conditions, barrels in good conditions, but like I say, not a dart that I would choose to play with regularly. Then here is my third pair of darts I ever owned myself. These are, again, I believe these are unicorn. They might be Winmau. I think they're unicorn, because at that point I was only really going with unicorn darts. Here you can see this is where you would screw in your stems. The points are still in good condition. Again, you can see that I got quite a lot of use out of these. Again, like I say, I'll look to give these a proper clean up at some point. But yeah, in overall good condition, good tips. These were 20 grams, so they're quite a bit lighter than some of the others, but very much a pair that I do enjoy, and still throw with occasionally. Again, this pair, similar to the pair previous to the last one, they weren't pub darts that I got. These are just cheapy darts. Again, they were about £3 from Sports Direct, somewhere like that. I use them occasionally. They're quite light. Again, I think they're about 16 grams, something like that. Might be slightly heavier actually. I think they're 18 grams as well actually. But there you go. There's where your stems would screw in. There you are, your darts. Again, I only really use them in practice every now and then when you want to get a feel for the dart and a feel for the movement of your arm and your action. These are, I believe, 16. These are the 16 grams. As you can see, the points are reasonably okay. Not got much use out of these. Again, a bit like one of the other pairs that I mentioned of the pub darts earlier. These have bigger holes here, so these are, you'll need slightly bigger stems for, which I don't have at the minute. But yeah, overall good condition. Again, that's more when you're practicing your action. That's the sort of time that you would use a dart like that. These are, again, a bit like some of the others that I picked up, just cheapy darts. But these are actually my favourite of the cheap darts, because they're a mixture of brass and tungsten. And you can see in here, this is where you'd put your stems in. But look at those points. Those points are really long. They're really sharp. I'm not going to stab myself too much, but they're sharp points, and they really stick in the board. I believe these again are about 22 grams. Good quality dart for what they were. Again, like I say, £3-4. Still, like, these are probably my favourite out of the cheap darts to throw. Yeah, and I'm really happy with them. Next is the first pair of darts that I ever had. I didn't own these until recently. These were the family darts. They were the darts that came with our first ever unicorn dartboard. So these are unicorn darts. They were modelled a little bit loosely on Phil Taylor's darts. But as you can see, different colour barrel and everything like that. You got where your stems were going at the top. You got the points here. Considering we got these when we were 10 or 11, they're in pretty good condition. Considering everyone in the family used these for a couple of years. Yeah, no, so I'm happy with them. I still use them ever so occasionally. Next we move on to these were my darts for the last 3 or 4 years. Actually no, I think I got these during COVID. So 5 years now. These are Jack Daniels darts. Yes, I've just heard a lot of you go, what? Jack Daniels make darts? They did a limited edition darts that don't know if it's viewable on the screen, but there is a Jack Daniels somewhere on here, on the barrel in here. It does say Jack Daniels on it, and there's a Jack Daniels logo up here somewhere. Not quite sure if that shows on the camera, but they've got this black painting here, and then the white up here. That's where your stems will go. The darts were actually really good. They're, again, 23 grams. You can see here you got the points. So yeah, they're a really good pair of darts that I really enjoy playing with. But like you can see, they've got a little bit battered, so that's why I have got a new pair of darts now, which I will show you in a bit. But the next pair of darts are these. These are Windmail. I can't remember exactly what type they are because I've already thrown the box away, but these I got on a staff do. We were at someone's leaving party, we were playing darts in All-Stars, and the All-Stars darts were far too light. They were only about 13-14 grams, the darts that they give you at the bar, so I bought my own. These were 10 quid. These are 22 gram again. There you can see where the stem goes in, the points. Only really used them a couple of times, sporadically. Used them obviously when I played at All Stars, and then used them a couple of times at home. They're not bad darts, but they're brass again, so they're not. That's why they're a lot cheaper. But also, they fly all right. They do stick in the ball quite well, but they're not quite for me to be my regular darts. Okay, so we're going to switch onto my current setup. So these are Red Dragon darts. I believe if you stay tuned for my next video, I'll be able to give you the exact make of the darts, because I'll show you that when I show my setup. Yes, for those asking, they are Luton Town flights. One of my friends is a big Luton Town fan. When we went to watch England at their stadium, he did buy me some Luton Town flights, so I am currently using those at practice at home. As you can see, I've got the Target Pro Grip stems. Obviously got that ring there, and then I've got my darts here. These are my current setup, in a lot of good condition because they haven't been used as much. They're only about a month old. Got them just before Christmas, been throwing with these a while. But they throw quite well, and yeah. Oh no, I think I might have even got these after Christmas. And they throw quite well. I'm quite happy. Yeah, I got these after Christmas, and I'm happy with them. But yeah, this is my current setup of dart. Also in my darts collection, this is just a dart sharpener from Target. I'll be honest, it's not the best dart sharpener, but it does help. And it goes in your little collection, so you'd stick your dart in here, and it just sharpens it. It's not quite as effective as the ones that I've had from Unicorn in the past that are sort of like a built-in stone, but they're not too bad. This is just this is a Target, as you can see there, does it say Target? Yeah. And this is basically just for holding darts, and if I was to slot a pair in, they just slot in like that, which is useful. I've still got some darts corner flight stems from my previous darts. Obviously one of them was broken, so I swapped them out. Now that I just use Target, but I'll probably get some use out of these at some point. This one's actually broken, so I'll probably be throwing that one in the bin. But that one's still good enough to be used. So I'll probably end up using it as a mixture at some point with my darts. Let's move on to the flights. I've got these silver Spider flights. They'll probably be the next ones that I use on my darts because they are a little bit battered. These were one of the ones that came with a set of pub darts that I was given. So I'll probably use them at some point. But I think they're quite cool, nice and shiny. These are the darts that came with the Windmail Extremes, which were the pair of darts that I bought from went on the staff do. As you can see, these quite cool dart flights, still in fairly good condition. Probably be one of the pairs I put on next on my darts. Yeah, quite happy with those. They're quite good. These are a pair that came with a pair of darts that I bought a while ago. As you can see, not really being used, but there is some damage on them because these were the darts that I was using on those Jack Daniels darts before I got new darts. So they are in use. And then as we look here is the Dillon Large Skyfall flights. These are the main flights that I use. These are the flights that I'll use if I'm in competitions or practicing down the pub. Just because they stand out, and you know, my nickname is on them, which I think is really cool. Yeah, so I enjoy using those. This box has just got a bunch of the rings in it, a spare pair of the soft tip darts. These are the rings that you swap out if I lose one. In my hand here, we've got the steel tips out. Sorry, just stabbed myself. We've got the steel tips here that I use on the two pairs that I showed you earlier that have the changeable heads. And then, of course, we've got the soft tip there. Here, I've got my target stems, but they have also got my Winmau Prism stems in there that came with the Winmau Extreme darts, which I'm sure I'll probably use after my current setup gets damaged. And then lastly, we've got my target case that came with my new pair of darts. Holds them well, easy to carry, really good. And then we have the pair of darts that this case came with the Jack Daniel darts. As you can see, I've customised it with my name, customised it with my nickname. As you can see, I've even done a little drawing of the sky falling or thunder and lightning, which is really cool. And this is just a portable case where it fits everything inside. So this is my dart setup. Please do tell me if you've liked this video. It's good to be back on the channel. Let me know what you thought of this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I look forward to posting more content. Don't forget to look out for my next video, which will just be a much shorter video than this, just showing my darts setup at home, which will just be going through my dartboard, going through the surround and the light that I've got, and all of that fun jazz. And obviously, like I said, I'll show you the box that these bad boys came in. But yeah, are you a darts fan? Or are you just a supporter of the channel? Please let me know. And like I say, new videos hopefully going to be coming fairly regularly. Thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. And it's been great to be back. Keep looking out for my videos. Thank you, and goodbye.